In a shocking press conference held on Wednesday, February 26th, the Atlanta Police Department publicly linked Lil Baby to a violent chain of events that left 2 young men dead.
I'm gonna tell you some things that you're gonna have to take my word or don't believe it. It's fine. I don't care either or. When Fonnie Willis started targeting YSL, Fonnie Willis had a bunch of people to target. She wanted Thug, she got YFN. So she got YSL, YFN. Eventually, they were gonna get to 4PF. That's one of the reasons they changed their names, by the way. Except, from what I heard, the feds told them, it's okay, we got it. So the feds told him, like, it's okay if you dismiss the charge. So they didn't go that hard with trying to get Dirk, especially after Von died. They dropped that case. They dropped it, but the feds has realized we gonna get Dirk eventually. Doing the math? You see why Lil Baby is moving the way he been? Because Lil Baby hasn't been on Fed watch. He's been on county, state.
According to officials, the rapper's actions unintentionally triggered a gang-related confrontation that ultimately escalated into deadly violence. Major Ralph, representing the Atlanta PD, announced that 7 suspects had been arrested in connection with the deaths of Jacoby Davis and Lamont Freeman.
Y'all lying, we over here kicking it. We got Lil Baby shooting a video around here. We don't know how we do it, that slapping taco. Baby, there he go, there he go. Y'all see him? He came to get him some tacos, baby. Y'all better pull up, cause you already know how we doing this slapping tacos, baby.
Both individuals lost their lives during a wave of gang warfare authorities now believe was ignited by an incident at a Lil Baby music video shoot in May of the previous year. While outlining the developments, Major Ralph stated firmly, "This team will work relentlessly to hold you accountable," directly referencing Lil Baby's potential involvement. The officer made it clear that law enforcement considers the artist's actions.
Well, some of his fans think he beat the case. He definitely didn't beat the case. Beat the case means you got no stipulations. The Young Thug thing is a win, but it's also a huge setup. If you gonna tell me that they're gonna monitor him on a probationary basis for 15 years, can't be in Atlanta, can't communicate with co-defendants or members, he can't rap about, he can't promote any music that has to do with what they believe is activity. Well, he's always gonna talk about him and his doing his thing. They might consider that activity. He might be like, yo, me is like, yo, we going to the park getting lit. We going to the club getting lit. They might be like, oh no, you talking about the game. So, we celebrating right now because I think we could all see, if you follow that trial at all, whether you're a fan of Thug or not, you can see the pain, you can see was going through it. Like, he gained a lot of weight. Everybody knows Thug was not that weight, so we happy he got out, but we definitely got to be very cognizant of how it's gonna.
Though possibly unintended as a key catalyst in the unfolding conflict. On the day of the music video shoot, Lil Baby reportedly visited a local taco shop. The issue, according to authorities, is that this taco stand was located on territory controlled by rival affiliates.
4 pockets full had to come to an end. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. When you say of course, I mean, why you say of course?
Because the shit that be going on, and I had to start learning that, like, other people's actions I could be held accountable for.
Right.
I ain't know all that at first. You know what I'm saying? I never would have went that route, but I ain't know. You know what I'm saying? Now that I know, I'd be a fool to just keep the same thing going. They trying to make something out of something that it ain't.
Right.
Like, if I got any kind of control of, hey, we gonna switch that whole thing up. It ain't even just about the police, it's just period. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never was supposed to make my label something.
The rivals, however, were reportedly unaware of Lil Baby's presence until video footage of his 3-car entourage on the block surfaced online. The footage, allegedly captured by someone connected to the taco stand, quickly spread across social media. Once rival crews caught wind of the video, tensions escalated and retaliation soon followed.
These are going first, then these are going first. I've heard the name. And I don't know if I should say it. Again, I got nothing to do with no investigation for nothing, whatever, but these are top rappers. Well, one's a top rapper. The other one, matter of fact, I'll do the segment without saying the name. I'll just say this. I believe you know who the obvious name is. They're in Atlanta. They go by three letters. They've been popping. one of the top, I would say.
Following the Atlanta PD's announcement, a viral tweet began circulating claiming that the district attorney is now preparing to build a case against Lil Baby. After the DA's success with the RICO charges filed against Young Thug and his YSL affiliates, she is reportedly setting her sights on Lil Baby, intending to use him as the next example for other rappers allegedly enabling street violence.
I'm gonna tell you some things that you're gonna have to take my word or don't believe it. It's fine. I don't care either or. When Fonnie Willis started targeting YSL, Fonnie Willis had a bunch of people to target. She wanted Thug, she got YFN. So she got YSL, YFN. Eventually, they were gonna get to 4PF. That's one of the reasons they changed their names, by the way. Except, from what I heard, the feds told them, it's okay, we got it. So the feds told him, like, it's okay if you dismiss the charge. So they didn't go that hard with trying to get Dirk, especially after Von died. They dropped that case. They dropped it, but the feds has realized we gonna get Dirk eventually. Doing the math? You see why Lil Baby is moving the way he been? Because Lil Baby hasn't been on Fed watch. He's been on county, state.
The message being sent is clear. Rap artists who leverage their fame and financial power to elevate gangs or support street operations will no longer be overlooked. Officials claim that some rappers, after achieving mainstream success, are reinvesting their music income back into criminal activity. Whether it's narcotics, firearms, or illegal dealings, this support can shift the balance of power between rival gangs, intensifying violence across city blocks. This federal announcement also answers a long-standing question within the music industry. Why did Lil Baby quietly shut down his 4PF label? Speculation began circulating shortly after the release of his latest album, Wham! Reports surfaced claiming the album was rushed out due to a looming legal case, suggesting Lil Baby wanted to push the release before potential indictments hit. Not long after, Lil Baby officially confirmed that he had dissolved 4PF, stating he was attempting to distance himself from any criminal activities linked to members of the label. His legal team reportedly advised him to dissolve the label to avoid it being labeled a street organization in a future RICO case. However, what most fans didn't know is that the Atlanta DA had already gone on public news broadcasts months earlier, warning the public about Lil Baby's ties to street crime in the city. As DJ Academics investigated further, he uncovered more evidence that suggested the authorities had been tracking this situation for quite some time, quietly preparing for a larger legal move. The pressure from Atlanta's District Attorney Fonnie Willis on local rappers has become undeniable. Just 1 week after public warnings and online speculation, it was confirmed. Lil Baby was arrested on a Monday night for allegedly carrying a concealed firearm without a permit. He was booked at the Clark County Detention Center and held on a $5,000 bond. While some saw the charge as minor, insiders say this arrest was far more than routine. The timing and context behind the arrest suggest it may have been a strategic warning shot. For months, rumors had been building about a major case forming against Lil Baby, particularly after investigative footage surfaced online showing his 4PF label included in the same federal RICO documents used during the Young Slime Life YSL investigation. According to DJ Academics, who went live with the documents during a stream nearly 8 months ago, 4PF was listed in the same federal case file that ultimately led to Young Thug's arrest. While Lil Baby's name was not directly mentioned at the time, the inclusion of his collective indicated a federal spotlight had already been placed on the group. Now with the YSL trial officially concluded and Fonnie Willis under pressure after falling short of convicting Young Thug, many believe she's looking for another high-profile figure to bring to trial. Academics recently claimed Lil Baby's latest firearm arrest was not just about the weapon, it was a staged play to tighten legal pressure and set the stage for something bigger. From the outside, it may appear like a typical gun charge, but behind the scenes, it could be a calculated federal move signaling that a sweeping RICO indictment involving 4PF may be imminent. As tensions grow and eyes remain fixed on the Atlanta DA's office, Lil Baby's legal path may soon follow the same trajectory that brought down one of the city's biggest rap collectives. Following the collapse of the YSL case and the surprising release of Gunna, speculation surrounding Lil Baby's legal troubles began to intensify. While the Atlanta DA, Fonnie Willis, was unable to successfully convict Young Thug, the attention quickly shifted toward Lil Baby. And the question on everyone's mind became, how exactly did this entire legal snowball begin? It all dates back to the early weeks of the YSL-RICO trial. Just 2 weeks into proceedings, Gunna, formerly one of YSL's most visible members, accepted an Alford plea deal and was released from jail. Public backlash followed swiftly, with many claiming he had cooperated with prosecutors. The street started calling him a rat, and the hip-hop community began to fracture around his release. Then, only 3 weeks after Gunna walked free, Lil Baby was suddenly pulled over and ticketed for illegal window tint. Initially, it seemed minor. Body cam footage was released, showing officers calmly issuing a citation. But what followed raised serious questions. Just moments later, Lil Baby was stopped again on the same street, this time arrested and taken into custody. Some believe it was racial profiling. Others suggest it was a calculated effort by the DA's office. The theory is that after learning of Lil Baby's location from the first stop, a second officer was quickly dispatched to make the arrest. Many online speculated that this was a warning, an early move in a larger plan to trap Lil Baby in a federal case. Lil Baby was released hours later after flying in his legal team on a private jet and posting bail. But the damage was done. With his name now surfacing in connection to the recent double homicide and pressure mounting from local and federal authorities, Lil Baby's legal team believes something deeper is at play. Adding to the tension is the belief that Lil Baby may have been indirectly exposed by someone close to him, possibly through cooperation with law enforcement. And as rumors swirl around Gunna's role in the YSL collapse, the possibility of others flipping inside the Atlanta rap scene only grows. When Young Thug resurfaced publicly following his partial release, he fired off a tweet that reignited the discussion. The tweet read, "Wham! Let's drop one on these rats," directly referencing Gunna's viral project, Wham! Some took this as confirmation that Thug was not only done with Gunna, but now aligning with others, potentially including Lil Baby, to strike back musically and legally. As the walls close in, all signs are pointing toward a major legal storm for Lil Baby and his now defunct label, 4PF. Behind the scenes, federal agencies are said to be building what could be the next sweeping RICO case in Atlanta, targeting not just individuals, but the entire infrastructure of a rap empire that may have been fueling the streets from behind the mic. What started as isolated charges, window tint violations, minor firearm arrests, now appears to be the prelude to a much larger federal investigation. Sources close to the legal system suggest that 4PF, like YSL before it, is being examined as a structured criminal organization. The allegation that Lil Baby's label wasn't just signing artists, but also moving money, weapons, and influence across gang lines in Atlanta. Federal paperwork previously leaked by media figures showed 4PF's name listed in documents tied to the same task force that brought down YSL. And while that RICO case crumbled in court, it gave law enforcement a roadmap. This time, the DA's office is being far more calculated, gathering evidence, monitoring digital activity, and watching for any mistakes from members of Lil Baby's circle. The recent arrest of several alleged 4PF affiliates has only fueled the speculation. Authorities have been tracing financial transactions tied to rental vehicles, Airbnb rentals, and even music video budgets. All of this is aimed at proving that music industry resources are being funneled into real-world criminal activity. Adding more pressure is the fact that Lil Baby voluntarily dissolved 4PF just weeks before the release of Wham, his latest album. While officially explained as a business decision to distance himself from any criminal affiliations, prosecutors see it as a preemptive move, one that indicates he knows what's coming. But the biggest red flag? silence from inside the camp. Artists once associated with 4PF have gone quiet. Studio sessions have slowed. Public appearances have nearly stopped. Insiders suggest Lil Baby is preparing for a legal battle that could define the next decade of his life and determine the fate of Atlanta's rap hierarchy. As the investigation continues, all eyes are on the DA's office. After the mixed results of the YSL trial, Fonnie Willis is under pressure to deliver. If she does, Lil Baby could face federal charges that bring his rap career to a grinding halt. If she fails, it could shake confidence in the justice system's approach to policing rap culture altogether. As tensions escalate between Lil Baby, Gunna, and Young Thug, the broader narrative now appears to be less about music and more about calculated moves from law enforcement. What many thought were just petty online exchanges have now become evidence in a larger web of surveillance and strategy. After Young Thug's cryptic Instagram video confirmed he was home and had done it the right way out, subtle shots at Gunna continued to fly. Gunna's own brother clapped back, promising that the animosity was mutual, and Lil Baby made it clear that he was ready to stand beside Thug against anyone disloyal. But what appeared to be solidarity may actually have been the trap that the feds were waiting for. According to DJ Academics, this exact outcome had already been anticipated by federal prosecutors. Thug's conditional release, designed with restrictions preventing him from engaging in any form of public or private conflict, was a strategic move. The moment Thug breached those terms, even indirectly through social media or alliances, it would become grounds for revoking his deal and sending him back to prison with an even heavier sentence. And the prosecutors weren't just banking on Thug slipping up. They expected Lil Baby to back him. With Lil Baby now under investigation in connection with the recent passing of two individuals, his decision to jump into this war may have sealed his fate. Legal experts suggest that both artists could be scooped up simultaneously, tying together the ongoing investigations with the public drama as supplemental evidence. This is the trap. Public beefs, digital threats, and subtle disses all turned into court-admissible evidence. And now with 4PF under scrutiny, Thug out on thin legal ice, and Gunna keeping his distance, the balance of power in Atlanta's rap scene is shifting rapidly. What comes next could permanently reshape the city's hip-hop legacy. If you followed the story this far, drop your thoughts in the comments. Will Lil Baby and Young Thug survive this legal minefield, or have the feds outplayed everyone? And if you want to stay updated on every twist and turn in this case, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more.